everyone, it's Jeannie with Talk to Me Tuesday. It is Tuesday, April the 5th. I'm hoping everyone's had a wonderful week, a wonderfully crafty week. I've worked on several different things. I did finish up David Tennant, and I finished up Jodie Whittaker. I actually am very, very happy with them. Of course, I know that they're big patterns. 10 by 30 is what they are. So I have a feeling that some people may want them smaller, even though that will cause some pretty, massive bulk seams. So I do think I'm going to go back at some point and resize them as an alternate, a 15-inch pattern and then a 30-inch pattern. But right now I'm just worried about getting them tested and to where they're sewable. I've already printed out the Ninth Doctor, Christopher. So pretty excited to get that one done. I did work on, I kind of needed to compile a list of all the different patterns and fandoms I've been working on, because I've been going back and forth through a lot of them here lately, and I kind of needed to get them all, in a list where I can see where I'm at. And but Jennifer's had access to some of my spreadsheets, and so she kind of knows how I like to, so I can kind of keep track of my progress. Well, I just decided to make one for all of my different patterns that I've got going on. So I worked on that a little bit this week. I have taken, this right here is folded in half. That is my Battle Cat pattern. I've been working on it on and off, I don't know, I feel like for 2 years now. And I had made a whole bunch of progress on it, and then I just stopped. It's like I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do with him. I was kind of unhappy with some of the colors that I used and that sort of thing. So anyways, this week I just decided I'm going to remake him. I'm going to use this one. I am going to make a quilt out of this one, but this is going to be my practice quilt, and I'm going to make him again for the main quilt. I guess kind of like I did the Stargate quilt. So I've started on him again. One of the things that I'm trying out this week is, well, let's talk about paper for a minute. So when you're paper piecing, of course, paper is a big part of it. And for the last couple of years, I've mainly been using just regular old paper. In the early days, I started using newspaper print for my patterns. And for the most part, it was fine, other than, I had a couple of issues with it. One is that it's real kind of dusty type paper, and as it was going through my printer, it would leave a lot of dust, and would actually end up making me like clean my printer more often, because my rollers, the paper was so thin that the rollers couldn't recognize where one page started and one page stopped, and the papers would end up like doubling up. And then there was times it wouldn't even pick it up because the paper was so dusty. So I was cleaning my printer all the time. And then I ended up just using regular paper. And for the most part, I do like regular paper, because any edits that I want to make to a pattern, I can just write it on the back. I do a lot of my, that way when I'm done with the pattern, I can just flip it over and I can see everything that I need to fix on it. So I do like that. Somebody put this thought in my mind that a different type of paper was sturdy but thin, because another thing about the newspaper print is it was extremely thin, came in handy, but if you put too many seams on it, it would start like falling all to pieces before you'd even get anywhere near completing the pattern. When I get to editing this, I'll put the name of the paper in, because I can't remember. But they recommended this type of paper, and it's actually quite sturdy. I've tugged on it and pulled on it a little bit, and of course you can see through it. So like you can see through it really well. So it's kind of almost hard to tell what's the front and what's the back. The patterns that I'm planning on working on this week, which I have this patriotic star that I made. Patriotic star that I made. I'm pretty sure there's one out there just like it. but I couldn't find it, so I made it myself. So made that. I have it in the larger size, and then in the smaller size, which is where everything fits on one page. So I'll be working on that this week. And then I did go ahead and print out Doctor Who 9, Christopher. I printed him out on this paper. And if you look, you can see how thin the paper is because you can see right to the next page. I guess the other thing that I worked on is, I like a little, I actually don't like a small thread catcher. I have one of my small thread catchers over here on the side, just to catch like the random threads and stuff. But I actually like a big pouch right in front of me for like scrap fabrics as I'm paper piecing, and I go through one every couple of years, and I just make them myself. Well, this year I decided it was time for a new one, and the last time I made like different levels and pouches and everything like that. And this year, what I did, let me see if I can remove this, because what I've done is I've put some pretty sturdy magnets on there, and they are pretty stout magnets. They're not going to go anywhere, and this is going to look awful. Let me take some of my junk out of here. But here is the inside of it, which is quite, I really actually like it. When you buy the fancy pins, they always come in these rolls, these pouches, and then when you're done with the pins, you have this like pouch. Well, I took that pouch and I lined the inside with that pre-made pouch, and it's actually like a blue jean material, so it's really, really strong. And that way I could put like my little seam rippers and pins and pencils and glue and and everything like that. But I just tacked them together right here on the side, and then I sewed it on there. That's pretty much what I did. Like I said, it's a pretty heavy fabric. And then I put magnets on the back so that I can just, they're pretty strong magnets. I didn't want to use just regular magnets. I actually have really, really strong magnets there. And now I have a little pouch for all my little scraps. I've been trying to somewhat stay busy here soon. Fingers crossed. Well, we'll be redoing our kitchen. It's something that we've been saving for quite a while. We are just about at the final stage of planning and, determining what cabinets, and because we're doing a complete overhaul on our kitchen. When that happens, the majority of the kitchen stuff is going to go into my craft room. So, and I'm hoping that my craft room will only be down at the most 2 weeks, but I am anticipating that, so I've been kind of doing a lot of stuff because I'm preparing for being down for 2 weeks and not being in here for 2 weeks. So anyways, that's all I've got going on. Bye!